Okay. It's taken me a while to realize this and come to terms with it, but I think it's time I take full responsibility. I have an addiction. I'm I'm addicted to copium. Okay. Star Citizen is a controversial game to say the least. Its history has kind of been plagued with bugs and cash grabs and terrible management for like over a decade. And there really isn't an end in sight for any of those issues. See, this game has a love-hate relationship with its fans. We, as fans, love the game. And CIG, the devs, they hate us. That's fine though, because this game truly can't be compared. Imagine, just imagine for a second. Imagine a game where you take to the stars and you meet new players, find new planets and moons, and do missions across the universe. Yeah, no, I'm hearing it. Yeah, there's a lot of games like that, but none of them feel like Star Citizen. And by that, I mean none of them feel like dog shit. Okay, look, Star Citizen is not perfect by any means necessary, but it does have this unique feeling to it that I really just don't get from anywhere else. It's a game that makes you work for its functionality while naturally tugging you into mastering skills that you'll literally never use anywhere else. And when the game works, it's so satisfying and rewarding, and you can't help but just sink hours and hours into it. It's May, and this month there was a brand new update, 4.8. Now don't let the trailers fool you. This update sucked, like beyond belief. Nothing works, and CIG, you gotta get it together, man. You've launched a free flight. However, the entire economy has been wiped. Which sucks, because everything I own is gone. But that's okay. No, it's not. They're still testing the economy, so I guess it's fine. All it means really is that I get to start the grind from scratch. Something I haven't done in years. Last swipe, I got lucky, and I stumbled into somebody's, cargo bay, and let's just say it had a little bit of drugs in it. So after I humiliated him and mutilated his body, I went ahead and sold it, and pretty much didn't have to do a thing. But since I am starting from scratch, and there aren't any drug-carrying submissive cargo haulers in my immediate vicinity, I checked. I'll need to make money the old-fashioned way. Just killing shit. Alright, never mind. Moving boxes is fine too. So, I started my humble journey in the Stanton system as a cargo hauler. This game's first ever star system has been my home since I joined the alpha in 2020. And, I just can't imagine anywhere else I'd want to live. Hauling is, relatively easy, but this kind of always ends up being my favorite way to play Star Citizen solo. There's something about loading these beautiful and massively detailed ships, and it just scratches the itch deep inside my monkey brain, but nothing else kind of gets. And plus, hauling mission pay is freaking amazing. If you want to start in the game, start with hauling. You'll get paid a fuck ton of money. So this first and only haul I did this gameplay session, because it took me 6 times to actually finish this haul, took me from Stanton over to the secondary star system, Pyro, which in any ordinary game would take about 20 to 30 minutes of gameplay. But in Star Citizen, I'm actually in space, so fuck video game relativity. That planet that you're looking at over there is 20 minutes away, and you're gonna fucking like it. No, but seriously, things take forever to do in this game. And when it's bugging out like no tomorrow, that becomes a massive issue, because nobody wants to suffer through the pain of your ship not working, or your gun literally not shooting, or whatever in the middle of a mission. However, when it works, Star Citizen gives you this sense of pride that you can literally only get by picking up a shovel and digging a hole. Why? I don't know, but it's a hole, and it's mine. You get this cozy feeling, kind of like Minecraft when you spend days building your base just to never touch it again after the 2-week phase is over. If you put work in this game, it rewards you with dopamine. That's what I'm trying to say. Space is also really, really pretty and super vast, you feel completely alone for most of the game, just as you're flying around and doing shit. And you kind of forget that there are hundreds of players in your server. They're all trying to do the same things, or like trying to steal your drugs. And actually, while I was doing this hauling mission, I actually ran into a player. While I was picking my shipment up, I saw a little ant. And it actually turned out to be somebody loading boxes into his own ship. And at first, I thought, I need to kill this guy. But after watching him for a little bit, I kind of just realized we were both chilling, loading boxes and delivering them to various places. So I decided I'd help him out. And oh my god, it was actually so cool. Like, actually so cool. I was sitting there in my ship, tractoring shit into his ship, and it was just so really unique. Like, there isn't any other game that lets you do that. It's the way that Star Citizen kind of makes you feel so isolated, but at the same time, like, presents you with social situations that stress the hell out of you is unbelievable. But anyway, I grabbed my boxes, did some cargo missions in between for a bit extra cash, and finally made my way over to the gateway. And let me tell you, these things do not disappoint in the slightest. I remember when 4.0 released, the game got its first additional star system in Pyro, and while the community was hyped about the outlaw stations and the new missions and the new planets, I was thinking about one thing. Holes. Specifically, the gateways blew my mind, because it was like the first sign that this god-awful game that I really love to play has, like, substance and something to do, and, like, the devs are actually working on it. And before that, I really was just kind of on and off. I checked in maybe once a quarter for an hour just to get bugged off of a high-speed railway. And after they brought the gateways in, Star Citizen actually just became the game that I played all the time. And it became a world that I wanted to live in. I always find it a shame that, like, channels describe Star Citizen as just a space sim, because I don't really see it that way. Star Citizen is more like a life sim that takes place in space. You know, it's less a game and more a relationship, and it desperately needs work while you give it space. But you pop in every once in a while, and when it's good, you have the time of your life. And when it's bad, you need to step away for a little bit. My point really is that Star Citizen isn't for everybody. Even if it comes out in 2027, it won't be for everybody. Anyway, I made it to Pyro. Barely. And on my way over to refuel, I experienced a Star Citizen moment. Or I crashed. Nah, I'm gonna blame this on the game. It's way easier. Somehow, my power plant mysteriously turned off. I wonder how that happened. And at that point, I was pretty much ready to call it quits. Like, that's like when you get Star Citizen and you were done. But then I remembered, I have 2 ships. So I went ahead and EVA'd out into the station and grabbed my clipper, which is much smaller than the ship I was running. And I wasn't 100% sure that everything would fit, but I wasn't going to give up unless I allowed myself to find out. So that's what I went ahead and did. I grabbed my clipper, prayed to Chris Roberts himself that I was going to have enough room in this tiny-ass little ship to fit all of my cargo. And after a little bit of jerry-rigging, I was able to finally fit everything and make myself a cool $500,000 in Star Citizen money. And honestly, it felt really good to be back. This was my first, like, playable experience since they did 4.8. I've tried to play the game like 15 times, and this was the first time that the game actually let me. And it kind of reminded me exactly why I keep coming back to this, like, stupid, broken, beautiful game. It's really my favorite thing to experience, and especially when it works. If you guys enjoyed this little rant and want more content like this, let me know in the comments. I'm always open to trying new games too, so if you have any suggestions, leave those down. I would love to play something, anything better than this game. And if this video somehow convinced you to download Star Citizen, somehow, you can sign up using the link in the description and use my referral code, because it gives you some cool shit and it gives me some cool shit. And you can get some really cool rewards if you do. And finally, wherever you are, wherever you are, I hope you're having a beautiful day, and I hope it only gets better. My name's Aiden, and I'll see you guys later.